Hello everyone, this is Hourai, and I'm going to finish out the marathon, I suppose, with Hidden Star, ReimuSpring, LNBNR, reset time attempts with ReimuSpring. And I'm joined by HNN.
Hi, I'm HNN. I'm here to commentate this and hang out.
I'll have plenty of time to talk about Run when I go into it, so let's just jump into it. 3, 2, 1, starting. Okay, hopefully I remember how to do stage 1. Try not to do anything too silly this time around. Okay.
Hidden Star Stage 1 is usually pretty fine, but if you end up off route or forget what to do in quite a few places, it will punish you.
Yeah. By the way, LNBNR is something that I have already done, but now that I've been getting better at SA survival, I am hoping to pick up some more games to do to lower my miscounts in, and I wanted to do either this game or IN, and this is the game that was accepted for the marathon in the end. So this is what I've been working on for a while, along with other things. My PV was 10 misses, which is the most you should be able to get and still clear. Hopefully I can lower that by anything at all. Okay, I got myself a little scared there, but we're fine.
Yeah. ReimuSpring is your homing with a side of homing shot. Reimu brings a main shot of homing, which is actually quite good, and then the spring sub shot means, well, more homing. The other options are Summer, which gives you some spread, Autumn, which gives you some surprisingly damaging side options, and Winter, which gives you a quite nice laser. This is my preference. The selected season has one other change, but we'll get to that in about, hopefully, I don't know, 24 minutes?
Assuming we get that far, which I'd certainly like to. Here's Eternity. I'm glad I got to her in one continue. It's never a guarantee.
Yeah, Eternity is a quite scary stage 1 boss in a few ways. These blue bullets are completely random in where they spawn and can give you some really nasty overlaps. Like, in theory,
okay.
In theory, everything should be consistent, but sometimes you get forced into the awkward gap, like right there.
Maybe I should have gone for the bigger one, although I could have gotten that if my dodging were a little more precise. That is okay, though.
Yeah, this is also something where ReimuSpring does struggle a little bit. The spring does not add a lot of damage, and so everything is going to last just a little bit longer than with a more reliable shot. Usually lasting a little bit longer is not a huge deal. Again, we'll get to that. Yeah, stage 1 looks mostly pretty solid. Hidden Star stages have a lot of streaming sections, like right here, where you just continually stream and avoid everything. It can definitely make grinding the game a bit of a drag sometimes, just because it's so filler in the early game. Here we are, back at Eternity.
Alright, hopefully this time is for real.
Yeah, you wouldn't want it to be Eternity too.
Yeah, one Eternity is plenty of time.
people often say that when you score this game, you can't stop thinking about her. Apparently, when you go for survival, you also can't stop thinking about her.
Yeah, it's alright. Just need to get myself into the zone a bit more. That one I fear was much more doable.
Yeah, when I was learning this game, I don't think I ever died to spell 1 in runs, but it definitely felt scary a lot of the time. It can definitely get you. There's a few other places in Hidden Star's early game where a death is not entirely unexpected, but it's always really annoying when they happen. Yeah, also what Hourai is doing here is kind of spawn grazing that pattern for additional graze. The graze spawns season items. Getting all the season items levels up the season level. Higher season level gives you better releases, which we're not doing, and also gives you one more option that, in this case below Reimu, that shoots more homing petals. They do nothing. They don't literally do nothing, but they feel like they do nothing. Yes, as mentioned, Hidden Star is a game with score-based extends. A lot of the lower score thresholds, or the early ones, do come pretty naturally, especially from spell card bonuses, which you do need a lot of them. It's either you capture the spell or you die. These are your options if you're not timing out. And hey, on the bright side, that's 3 straight Eternity entries.
Yeah, always good to see. Hopefully this one's the good one. Just try to fight for a little more space.
Yeah, with the way the extend targets are kind of paced out, 100 million is basically guaranteed on any run that has any chance of clearing, and 150 million is pretty much out of the question unless you are effortlessly clearing, because you're capturing almost every spell card. So it ends up not mattering too much unless you're playing one of the really bad shots like Aya Summer, where getting to 100 million can be a real challenge because you're getting less spell card bonus from everything taking forever.
Okay, we're free, I say, and now I immediately die to stage 2, probably. Shouldn't have said that.
Huh.
Oh, so good. I'm not really sure what I'm doing here. I'm just freestyling. This game.
You can do a lot of different things there.
So.
Stage 2 is, yeah. You kind of just start by doing whatever you want, and then there's this massive streaming section where you can also just apparently do whatever you want. Oh hey, there's rings. I wonder if this will complicate things. Nope, they're also streaming. Yeah, we are still in the, or I should say, this is the beginning of Zun's what if we put streaming in the streaming era.
Okay, that's 4 power. Always a good thing. I don't know why I do the things I do sometimes, but
yeah, that
we're good.
A little closer than I think we all would have liked, but hey, not getting hit is not getting hit.
I hope this next boss has something other than streaming. Spoiler alert. Well, some of her spell cards are not streaming.
Well, here's more streaming. So this is an attack that most shot types just time out, because you can just do this big U and time it out, but Reimu actually just has the damage to shoot it down with the homing, which is pretty nice. It's
better there.
Saves you time every run.
Turned out fine.
And then, hey, more streaming? I sure hope something happens that's not streaming.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. So that is one of those other early game threats. That is a quite difficult pattern for stage 2.
Yeah. Luckily, it's a little bit more consistent than Eternity Bell 1, I feel.
Yes,
Just
it's a
more
very
effective
stable
if I'm awake.
pattern. But it requires a lot of reading skill. Hey, you dropped the bomb piece.
Oh dear. After stage 6, I'm not afraid of dropping bomb pieces. It's a fact of life.
Fair, and honestly quite real.
Hopefully I remember how I do this.
Ooh, you do this at the bottom.
Only for one wave, if I can help it.
Yes, this is the pattern you can either do at the bottom or higher up here. You can even do it a little higher than this, and it works out quite nicely.
Yeah, I find the elevation I want to be at changes a little per wave, though.
Anyway, here's stage 3. Here's even more streaming. If stage 2 was a stage where not much happened during the stage portion, I feel like even less happens during the stage 3 stage portion in survival.
Yeah, it is not the most involved. Why did I do that? That's fine.
Huh.
Drawing a couple blanks there, but we're all good.
I mean, the blue section you can spin in either direction. It genuinely doesn't matter.
Oh dear, Matt Berry had more bullets in it than I thought.
So as long as this first fairy dies, I believe, then the top left corner, it just is a safe spot. You don't have to deal with any of that, which is kind of nice because it can be a bit of a pain if you don't have good damage otherwise. Anyway, here's Lily White. That means it's spring now. So like most stage 3 mid-bosses, Lily drops a 1-up. Unlike most stage 3 mid-bosses, if you die to the spell, she doesn't. Fortunately, that's a quite easy spell, and Hourai currently has a perfect 19 out of 19 on it with this shot type. Let's hope that stays. So that is kind of the most important place for it to stay. A miss there is basically 2. Which, when you know that a miss costs you a 1-up, no matter how easy the section is, it becomes very tense.
Yeah, it becomes much more nerve-wracking. Luckily, Lily is no new at all.
Yeah, here's Aun. As long as she doesn't move down, everything should be fine, but if she does move down, things can get pretty spicy.
Oh dear. Okay. Gosh, I'm much more nervous than I should be for Aun. This is a little bit funky, but we're fine.
Yeah, you can do the same dodges every single cycle on this pattern, no matter how she moves, but again, if she moves down, things become a lot tighter. Here's Curl Up and Die. You just stay under her, and she dies. One of the easiest lunatic patterns that requires you to actually do something. and then Aun breathing. There's a clone. If you shoot down the clone, it stops shooting and makes a bit of a cancel. We did get enough damage there before the homing decided to switch to the real one.
Rat. I timed it a bit off. That is okay.
And then this appears to be a shot where you have enough damage to only have to do one full wave. Some shots have to do a second full cycle. It's still not too bad, but the second cycle is noticeably different than the first.
Unfortunate to die in stage 3, but let's keep going.
Honestly, going for a clear, one miss in the first 3 stages is totally fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I think my first winning run here had a death to that Nimuna spell. At the very least, I know I had one run that did. Like, there's plenty of places in stage 4 where you could quite realistically die.
I wanted to POC, but I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah, the POC, you know, in a normal run here would be worth a pretty juicy amount of score. Here, the point item value is locked at 10,000 because we're not releasing. Yeah, very scary layered pattern here, except if you just align under her, count 3 or 4 bullets apparently, you can just switch lanes and then move up and you win. Yay! There's also a safe spot for this section because it's static, but Hourai is not going for it because the safe spot's kind of tight and the section's not exactly difficult.
Yeah, I didn't bother to learn it.
I don't know where it is either. I didn't bother to because the section just doesn't need one. But if you do learn it, you can get a complete break. Okay, going to the left makes so much more sense than going to the right like I do there.
That one dodge is a little tricky, but... oh dear. Oh dear.
This section, at the end of the stage, is all about taking out specific fairies to avoid extra bullet clusters. There's 3 cycles, and
that was doable. Too bad. Really thought there'd be a little more space there, and that's okay. Alright, here's now to me. This is where the game gets real. Actually, it got real a while ago, but...
honestly, the game kind of does start at stage 4 ending. Like, there are places you can die before that, but, like, the threat density goes from there's a couple to they're everywhere. So unfortunately, a late death on stage 4 ending does mean 3 power for early Narumi, and that can make instant body here kind of tricky.
I do not bother with the safe spot there.
Yeah, there's a safe spot, but the safe spot requires you to also be safe spotting non-1, and that carries its own risks. So Magic Pet Bullet Golem, very scary attack, I think.
Ah, jeez. That was bad RNG. For the plan I had in mind, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, the homing did a really nice job killing quickly there. Yeah, okay, so as you see, Hourai moved up, which you have to do if Narumi moves down. It can be sometimes quite difficult to tell if that's a situation where you need to move to the high gap. So good awareness, good movement.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Oh, wow, this is a mean Hellfire salvation. Wow.
Not my salvation. This is my demise. Well, that's okay. Read this.
I think he could have moved down on that last wave, but wow, that was disgusting.
Yeah.
It just wanted you dead the whole time. Like, that is genuinely the kind of pattern that is a sleeper threat. A lot of people would not list it if you asked them to list threats, but no, it is. Stage 5, there's a lot of different things you can do, and some shots like Marisa really have to work to survive these sections. Reimu just kind of spams cherry petals everywhere and wins. You do still have to pay attention, but it shouldn't present any really difficult or unwinnable situations.
That was mildly bad. We're fine.
Yes. Yeah, so here you sit in the corner and just move out after one specific laser. That one. This is actually all aimed, so that, you know, it's convenient that you start in the corner, which allows you to misdirect to go to the other corner. That was a little tight. Oh, you do shoot down here. Interesting.
Yeah.
Most people will time down that mid-non to skip this laser section.
Oh.
Aww.
That's unfortunate. What
That section's more of a movement check than anything else, because you can't do the same thing. The movement is kind of, it is quite tight though.
Do not usually die there, but
yeah, it's definitely one of those places where a death is unexpected, but also understandable. 3 power for the ending was definitely a little scary, and unfortunately it's 3 power into dancers.
Yeah, not great.
I don't like this fight.
I kind of like this fight, but unfortunately 4 mist is not a very good take to be on right now. This is one of those nothing a perfect Kaguya can't fix games.
Yeah. The difficulty of Hidden Star is extremely backloaded. 4 miss here is not unwinnable. But for Spring, it's a really tough order to clear from here. But with a good dancer's fight, this pace goes from dicey to... actually, this is fine.
Nope. Nope.
Ooh! Whoa, side dash.
I got a little caught off guard there, I fear.
These nons, you effectively just want to try to take the same gaps every time. And do the same thing. But you can't always because of the random movement. Like here, they're so far apart, which is rare. So it gives some really awkward overlaps that you might not be ready for. And then if the pattern lasts a while, you get even weirder overlaps.
Yeah, that was a moment.
Yeah, that's a moment where the second death is directly caused by the first.
Yeah.
So this is now really nothing a perfect Kaguya can't fix.
So it would seem.
Behind Festival. Very infamous attack. Or I timed it out yesterday, though. Why can't I speak?
I don't like this. Ah! I was not finding a good time to do that. That's okay.
Reimu does handle that pretty nicely, though. But yeah, Tengu frightening.
This could be game over, not gonna lie.
If the difficulty is concentrated for Hidden Star in the end game, the end game really starts at Behind Festival.
Oh. Unfortunate.
Oh. Really hard gaps everywhere there.
Yeah. Alright, well... got a bit thrown off my game at some point there, but that is okay. Still have more time. Presumably, one should be able to get to Okina at some point, but if that does not happen, TH Brack will be there to showcase it for fun.
Yeah. Okina is one of those fights where I honestly don't even know how to assess how difficult she actually is, even without getting into the season finals.
Her non-spells are rather technical, I suppose. And the spells are... a number of them have hard random dodging.
Almost everything in the fight is... in the Okina fight is somewhat threatening. To some degree. But also a lot of it gets pretty stable.
Okay.
One frame tap when you needed at least two. Always really cool to see how many different routes there are for that section before the mid-boss. Like, everybody has their own thing that works for them, if they're not just copying what everyone else is doing. And really, where's the fun in copying what everyone else is doing?
Saves you time to practice the fun stuff, to be fair.
Routing is the fun stuff.
I thought playing was the fun stuff. Although routing can't be fun.
How do you route without playing?
But I mean, but like executing, you know, having the move planned out and actually executing it. That's my favorite part of these games. A lot of people are more into routing than I am. But that's okay. You know, part of the reason I want to do LNB in every game is because, like, I want to get as broad an idea of the landscape of Touhou stages and patterns as I can, so that in the future, when we get more and more releases, official or otherwise, I want to be ready to route them myself on day one, and I'm not quite there yet. Doesn't literally have to be day one, but you know what I mean.
I just like piecing together what makes something work. Like that when you have a bunch of little incremental ideas or thoughts or like parts of a route, and then you put them all together and they all just click. It's just really satisfying to find that. And then you get to feel good about finding it every time you do it.
That Does make sense.
Anyway, we're back out of stage 1, so we have a run. Maybe.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Presumably. Somewhat dubious, but... oh dear. Honestly, I'm just dodging the bullet. I used to have a very clean way of doing it, but I didn't remember what it was in time.
Aren't we all just dodging the bullets at the end of the day?
Perhaps. Well, there's a difference between being present to the bullet pattern and actually dodging, though, you know?
Yeah, like right here, you could be doing this without even looking at the screen.
Alright. Here we are again.
Another deep mountain encounter. Yeah, so this pattern does have a lot of structure to it, but it also varies depending on the direction that Nemuna decides to move. So you can't just have one specific plan for, like, a sequence of which bullets you're going to dodge in which order. But you can kind of read it as a series of lines and just, you know, pick your gap, go through your gap, pick the next line, go through, pick your gap, repeat. I think that's one of the easiest knife sharpenings I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was pretty free.
I was going to say that that spell can be very mean when it wants to be.
It didn't want to be.
Yeah.
What a relief. Okay, we're in stage 3, so...
Surely nothing bad would ever happen in the spring stage to the spring shot.
yeah. I don't think anything too bad will happen, although now that I said that, I'm gonna die to Lily.
Wait, if you die to Lily and still clear, it's a guaranteed miss PB.
True. I will continue if I die to Lily. It would be funny to have that. Let's go this way this time. Okay. Oh, that's a little annoying.
Oh, I guess we're doing this at the bottom?
Oh, fun.
It's not the worst.
That's how I used to do it, so it's okay.
Yeah. It's not a section where you miss the safe spot, death. This whole formation is static, so once you know how to approach it, it's just never a problem.
I wonder if it would be a problem at low power. I don't usually continue runs when I do die to Lily, but...
I'd say not really. Like, the reading on it is not too difficult, as long as you don't decide to go in the center and then get trapped. I speak from experience on that one.
Aun, for the love...
For the love of dog, please move up. Alright, that's 2 up moves. Oh, she's still moving up. Now, I know we've mentioned that down moves can be a problem, but sometimes if a boss moves too far up, the pattern also feels pretty weird and can sometimes be a little spicy.
That spell is much more engaging in scoring. Unless you're Spring anyway. Hey, thanks for following me, Aun. This is much cleaner when she follows me. Alright.
LNN out of 3.
I got LNN out of 3 in my first LNBNR, but then I died to the fairy that spawns high here. Somehow.
I didn't. Though I also died. I think I also died to that fairy in my first LNBNR. Like, I think the exact same one. Okay, I don't think it's the exact same one, but I did die in a very similar way.
I'm gonna do a little bit of a different strategy here.
You can do a lot of different things to deal with the misdirects on this section. Well, yeah. Especially if you're Reimu. Reimu just kind of has the I can do whatever I want privilege in stages. With one singular exception.
Yeah. We didn't get to it, but unfortunately Reimu has a guaranteed miss later on.
Almost guaranteed.
I practiced it a bit before this. I realized it's not as hard as I used to think, but it is still rather difficult.
It is telling that that section was put on a TWC Touhou bingo board. With this shot type, specifically.
The more able thing to do would be add the stipulation that you start with 0 releases.
Ew, no.
That's how you had to practice it in the early days. Wait, actually, that's not even true, because there was a stat file that let you practice with full season releases at the start pretty early, but...
See, I would have assumed
this game was my first new release, by the way.
Yeah, I would have assumed it was a 3-season start, just because spell practice is a 3-season start.
Thank you. Oh dear. Oh dear. Ah! That's okay. I wasn't dying to this much in practice, but that is a nerve-inducing section.
It's a section that is extremely, extremely sensitive to minute changes in route. Like, it's a section where you can be doing something the same way, not realize something about how you're doing it, and then the next day you try to do it, you feel like you're doing the same thing, and that subtle difference makes everything not work.
Okay.
Whoa! Wild wave.
Alright, now to me, you're being a little unpleasant right now. Okay, that one's actually my fault, though.
Yeah, non-2 having to move up into the high gap is... I can't do it. It's so difficult to recognize and actually do. Yeah, fortunately...
What the POC? There was no reason to. Okay.
Fortunately, Reimu always kills Bullet Golem before Wave 3. Wave 3, just with the way the cycles work out, is where things get really scary. See, this is a much more typical Hellfire Salvation. You deal with maybe one stray bullet, you can move up near the end, everything's fine.
Yeah. Alright. Hopefully this time this stage goes better. Ah. Maybe I should learn the strategy where I just don't shoot those. I had a better way of doing that at some point. I don't remember what it was. Ah, I went too early. Oh, am I dead? Nah.
Now you'd win.
Okay, that's very unfortunate, but that's life.
Yeah, this is Touhou. As we all know, one small lapse of concentration. Death. If anyone ever asks you how you died of something with static or, you know, very consistent, it's all it takes.
That's alright. I may not be in top form at present.
Was that gonna let you reverse? Okay, I guess it might.
Oh. Okay,
Oh, and that's going to delay the full power all the way to after spell 2.
I'll just jump right into this.
Yikes. Yeah, so this spell, doing it with as many vertical movements as possible works really nicely. Much safer than it might seem to do that.
Nope.
Ooh! I swear I saw
No.
you in a hitbox there. Oh, and it had no health left.
Nope.
Well, I guess we're doing 3 power behind Festival now. What is that wall? Like, it's not an actual wall, but
My concentration lap there.
rare footage of behind you actually critting.
Oh, I
Whoa.
thought it was going the other way for some reason. Lost track.
Yeah, the stars do alternate between kind of lunging left and lunging right, but knowing that and being able to use that are 2 very different things. Also, if you die here, make sure to pick up at least 6 power items. It is the difference.
Okay.
That is the craziest cap I've ever seen on that spell. Wow.
The run lives by the skin of its teeth for the moment. Oh, I'm not gonna shoot here.
Okay, so we're at stage 6 for the first time today. You can do this with shooting, you can do this without shooting. And welcome to Blender. It's kind of a uniquely terrible experience with ReimuSpring specifically.
Oh, and I messed it up before the hard part. That's not good. Damn. Alright. How are we doing on time?
27 minutes. Well, 27 minutes of reset time.
Right. Okay,
That section is very hard. You really do need to move in a kind of specific way to defeat the enemies as quickly as possible, so they don't flood the screen with way too many bullets. Oh, homing actually, like that was really interesting. The delayed homing, kind of spinning around the fairy, killed it before it shot. It's a really weird DPS increase. Temporary, it was cool.
you can see this at the start of spell cards sometimes. You move in certain ways. especially.
See, here I mostly just try to be low and then sometimes Doppler. Which is when you move up to slightly increase your DPS, considering moving up increases it and moving down decreases it. For a short time, you can have increased DPS and kill something slightly faster if you end higher than when you started. Anyway, Eternity, please be nice. If you're nice, we can have 2 more tries at stage 5. If you're mean, we only get 1. Thank you for being nice.
Appreciated. I did that a little wrong, though. Oh dear. I goofed up. It's okay. Alright, well, try to just relax, because clearly nerves have been getting to me a bit. That's the way it goes sometimes, though. If I do not get a great run, or even a finished run this time around, that is something I can accept.
This is a quite difficult category.
Yeah.
Like, Hidden Star as a game is already kind of a middling difficulty LNB, I would say. Like, assuming no third condition. Not one of the easiest ones, but it's also not quite in one of the, one of the hardest ones. But then, ReimuSpring just takes so many sections that are, mild threats and just elevates them to being kind of really major threats where they can do something. Plus, of course, the thing we have kind of avoided, is it worth mentioning now? It is basically your favorite spell card, right?
It is.
We are referring, of course, to Hidden Breezy Cherry Blossom. That is
you look at the demo and said, I think the spring and summer subshots aren't really all that good. I guess I'll just add something to make sure nobody ever uses.
Spring Final especially is the kind of pattern that can eat 3 lives. Like, sometimes a pattern is, 1 life tax in LNB. It's whatever, you die once. HBCB is the kind of pattern that taxes 2 lives and wants more.
It literally did eat 3 of my lives in my first LNB, funny enough.
I think it did the same for Turbo. When Turbo did this, I think Turbo's first was ReimuSpring for this game.
Turbo
like that pattern.
First too, huh?
Yeah. There's a reason that when I had you, Turbo, and Gastari on commentary for Speedremizer, I said I had some of the biggest homing Reimu enjoyers, because y'all ReimuSpring.
Okay, that's an unfortunate death, but I want to keep going.
Yeah, you can absolutely take 1 death in the early game, and Cursed Torrential Rain is a place where it's like, that's kind of annoying, whatever. So is this one actually static?
I should not have bottom pop.
Or static up to movement, I should say?
I think it might be. Okay, actually, I should really reset after that death, right? Oh, but I want to continue for now. Let's just see where this ends.
Yeah, the hitboxes on those knives, as you can see, are quite large. You have to give them a wide berth, or you die. It's just like Sakuya's EX attack all over again.
I had a bit of a lapse in concentration, too. I should have moved up after the first wave. That was the correct thing to do, sadly. Oh, why did I stop shooting there? Oh, it was a bizarre thing to do.
It's interesting the way that cancels from the top corner. I wonder why it does that.
Alright, Aun, be a good dog, please.
I don't think she wants to be a good dog today.
God. For the love of... This is why I'm a cat person.
Have you seen what cats in Touhou will do? Actually, wait, yeah, you have. You
yes,
played a lot of cat walking.
Every cat in Touhou has a messed up pattern, right? Like at least one, which is saying something since 2 of them are stages 1 and 2 bosses.
Okay, but consider the average Touhou wolf.
Kaguro, Enoko, who else?
Momishi?
Right, okay. Yeah. Aun is by far the nicest dog in Touhou. I sometimes think of Kyoko as a dog, too, so
oh, yeah, absolutely.
I'll still say Aun wins.
Yeah, she's got nothing like charged Yahoo.
Alright, now that this is a low-stakes run, I can kill a Makin.
Yeah. Yeah, like honestly, with a good stage 5, this is similar pace to all the other runs. I know stage 5 is quite far off, but all it takes is a good stage 5, and this is basically the same pace into Dancers.
Yeah.
Like, you can accept early deaths. You can accept these kinds of train wrecks. My first LNBNR was 5 miss into Narumi.
Adopting the TSO mindset. Early game may not have been great, but I want to finish the run as strong as I can. I was doing a lot better in stage 5 in practice, sadly. Oh dear. Oh, good. I worry too much in that section. I worry too much about a lot of things, but that's just how I am.
The Stage 4 has a lot of sections that, you know, you can die to if you let them. Like, it might sound like a really vacuous statement, but, you know, small routing mistakes will hurt here.
Yeah, like those bullets back there are slow and can kill. They really shouldn't, but if you mess up, if you don't shoot the right berries in time...
Mm-hmm. Which is hard to do with pure homing, by the way.
Oh, really? Is it easier with other shot?
Yeah, because you have higher single target damage, so you can just kind of follow below them and they die easily. With pure homing, you kind of have to rely on the homing to do the work. Like,
this is the equivalent of remembering that Reimu has familiars in IN.
This is the equivalent of homing getting you out of a situation that the low damage of homing got you into.
Oh, this is bad. This is bad, but that's okay.
This is fine.
Oh, cool.
That left, right is so interesting to me because you can just go straight up through that.
I used to go straight up through it, but the reason I do left, right is because not worrying about that precise alignment made it feel a lot better.
Alright. If it works, it works.
Yeah. The reason I capped it there is because I remembered how to use Touhou player vision. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I've been, like, looking at some very wrong parts of the screen for this whole thing.
Where you look matters quite a bit.
Oh. Okay.
Aww.
That's too bad. I should have taken an easier gap.
No, I felt like that was the easy gap, and it was just, you went early. Unless you were trying to go for a different gap than the one I saw.
Maybe. Oh. Oh dear.
Ooh, good recovery.
Need to look correctly.
Yeah, it turns out you have to actually use your eyes to dodge the bullets. Who would have thought?
Quite a concept. My eyes are gonna get a long rest after this marathon's over. After this session is over. I was nervous about that lower gap.
Yeah, like I said earlier, boss going really high can feel weird, and so you can just, you know, be pressured to do something you otherwise might not. Homing? That was almost very bad. Did you catch the fireballs from off the top of the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, much cleaner stage opener. Your horizontal position for where you start actually matters quite a bit there. It's because it determines how long they live before the homing takes them out. Chicken Butt says, here's how this run can still LNN.
I don't think so, Chicken Butt. I appreciate the vote of confidence, but...
Hey, if this clears, it is no bomb, no release. That's 2 ends.
Oh, wait. You're right.
Nobody said that no miss was one of these ends.
I forgot. I have 3... there are releases in this game.
Yeah, you can press the C key and there's a big explosion. And your point item value goes up and George's audio mixer explodes because of the white noise. It's great.
Not gonna lie, it took me a second to figure out how releases work when the demo launched. I didn't realize there was a C key. I thought I was supposed to just build them up, and then I got them to 6 and said, now what?
See, I read the manual, and I put it through a translator, if I didn't, because, you know, I can't read Japanese.
I don't think I could read Japanese either at the time.
There you go. That's
how you do that section.
It's not that bad, but if your movement's a little off, death. That's how you start doing this part too.
I messed up.
No, this looks good. You don't actually have to do that second reversal.
Strategy. Oh dear.
Oh. We're okay? We're okay.
Okay. Cool.
I wouldn't have gone back down there, but it worked. Hey, nothing a good stage 5 can't fix. You got 6 lives for the rest of the game now. This is your best pace of the day.
You miss Nemino.
And, for the first time as well, full power into dancers. That matters. Because these nons, if they last, we've seen, they go bad. And this fell too, honestly.
I messed up though. I panicked for a moment. And that killed me. Alright, well, travesty incoming.
Non 2 is really scary. I thought you said you didn't care about the bomb pieces an hour ago.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Please die. Thank you, Tatsuno.
Non 3? That lasted forever for Non 3?
A little bit bad.
Please die? Yes! Nice cap!
Oh.
Tough overlap.
That was nasty movement.
And it's not over. This is the kind of pattern that can absolutely kill twice.
I feel like I keep saying this, but it literally did on my first LNBNR.
Same, I think? It did in one of them.
Okay.
Yeah, letting the main shot do as much as possible here is so important.
Ah.
You lived long enough to guarantee no overlap, so that's good. Oh, and no Blender and Butterfly overlap.
Oh, we're okay. Why did it? Why? Would I? Please, don't do this. Don't do this to yourself.
And detouring to pick up the dropped items will cost you damage and will make things much scarier than it needs to be here.
Okay. Okay.
Let's just get right into this.
I find her harder than Kaguya, even as Reimu Winter. To be fair, I also play that shot in IN, so maybe don't trust my opinions on this actually.
I don't know, like, is Spring Okina is really bad, but I think Winter Okina is like kind of the gatekeeper, like the end of the hard but not impossibly hard final bosses. Halo is definitely a pattern where the boss movement matters quite a bit. Okay. Okina's nice and drops more power though, so as long as you don't die twice between spells, you are back at full. Unfortunately, the visibility on these nons. Also unfortunately, to get the 100 million extend, it's forced 3 power Scorched Earth. Fortunately, ReimuSpring 3 power Scorched Earth doesn't matter. You're 2-waving this anyway. Unfortunately, you're 2-waving this anyway.
No! I didn't see the bullet there. How are we doing on time?
3.5 minutes reset time left.
Should I reset or continue for the showcase? Let's reset for now, and I'll play more Okina for the showcase later if it comes to it. Assuming that's alright.
I mean, there's no runs after you.
Oh.
There's no schedule to flip.
True, I don't want to keep tech crew waiting too long, though.
No, this is now a 24-hour Hidden Star stream.
I guess it was scheduled for minute 35 on the marathon. Hour 35, not minute 35.
Yeah. George says you stay until you get LNBNR. I don't make the rules. That sounds an awful lot like making the rules.
Oh no. Yeah, if I don't get a clear though,
this is a very
honestly no regret. Like, I'm fully acknowledging I could not only be a better Touhou player, but also a better Elon with nerves in these live settings, and those are both things that I'm getting to practice right now, so I can't really complain regardless of what happens.
I mean, the one thing that is extremely admirable here is like your attitude in response to what's happening. Like, you had that complete disaster stage 5. It seems like it genuinely didn't phase you. And being able to just keep going and play on through that is a really admirable trait. It's a very difficult trait to have as well, I would say.
Appreciated. Sometimes you do just have to get up and keep going.
Yeah, stuff happens. Deal with it.
As you know well, IHN, one of my weaknesses is getting forced to the bottom too easily, and that is the kind of pattern that tests that a bit. Oh, okay. That's fine.
Oh. And yeah, George just said that if you want more reset time, that's totally cool. So it is up to you.
Alright, well, we'll see where it goes. Hopefully I can get a run off the ground now.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully this run just LNNs and we don't even have to think about it. You could also pull a Yishi and 1 miss to Dancer Spell 1.
Which Dancer Spell 1 was it?
The one you've been doing.
Ah. Oh yeah, so interestingly, I had to decide which Dancer Spell 1 to do, because I have a suspicion that the Ginger one is better. It is easier, I mean. And it might be if I practice it more, but not that my bamboo is all that great, but I wanted to leave well enough alone for the moment.
I definitely think Bamboo Crazy Dance is the easier one. But hey, at least there's no decision for Spell 2. You have the quite easy behind you when it doesn't crit, or Tanabata Star Festival. You know those annoying stars in Behind Festival? What if that was the entire pattern? And there were lots of them.
Yeah.
And then BD said, what if we did that again?
Find their attack. Alright, Emino. This is revenge for last time. You know, Nemino may not be the most popular character ever, but imagine being called the King of the Yamanba and being used for a joke in the story.
And then when you go back to the territory of the Yamanba, we just add a new character. Thanks, Ubame. At least Ubame's theme is really good, though.
Gosh, when the FW demo released, I used dice to randomly roll loadouts to try 1cc the demo with. And one of the first ones I got, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was one of the types that makes Ubame Spell 2 impossible seeming.
The snakes?
It might have been a combination of homing and might have been the Hidden Star one, which is not the first, but it's very hard.
Uh-oh, especially if that was on Unfocused. Oh no.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was off the top of my head, although I could probably find it.
I mean, homing is good in FW, but not there. I mean, since it came up, in the eternal debate of focused homing versus focused birds, which side do you fall on?
I think you know the answer to that already, but for the audience, it's definitely focused birds. I find the birds rather fun and satisfying to use, but also, I mean, I've seen what you were able to do with them in Stage 5. The birds are just cool. I wish Marius's G1 shot were nearly as fun.
I wish Reimu's G1 shot was as good as Marisa's.
Oh, I'd be shooting these two, couldn't I? Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I have died in this section, I will say. Not usually.
I died in that section in one of my clears as well.
Gosh, apparently all these things we're saying are just the Hidden Stars survival experience. Huh?
I mean, I picked up the game for Speedremizer, and I have 4 or 5 clears. I don't remember the exact count. It's just from practice and ZFN. And yep, lots of things certainly happen when you are first learning this game.
Oh, interesting historical note about about Aoun's second 9. I remember when the demo released, people were having a little bit of trouble with it until they realized how nice the lanes are. And I like to cite that as a reason why, also, to be clear, absolutely not a jab at the people figuring these stuff out right when the game launched. But, like, it is very useful sometimes if you're, like, a lunatic player to play on normal sometimes and see how things were done. And that's not the kind of dodge you should be doing, but that's fine. The point I was getting at is that the way to do Aoun's non-spells is very obvious on normal. Not everyone plays normal first, though. Sometimes I do, sometimes
I always do. I like the experience of playing a new game on a lower difficulty and just getting to like enjoy it at a difficulty level that is not too challenging, regardless of what happens. Can always go up later. You can never get that kind of first experience again. And I know some people like taking that first experience on the highest difficulty they're comfortable playing, and just seeing if they can clear immediately on that, and that's valid too. I just like the chill experience. Like when this game came out, I was a lunatic player at the time, obviously, because I've been a lunatic player for ages. I did an Aya Autumn run on normal. It's like, oh hey, I like Aya.
It's always a good idea to play your favorite character.
No, but okay. I mean, actually, no, you're right. It is always a good idea to play Yomu.
Don't mind that. I'm still getting used to that new strategy. I say new. I used to use the very old strategy where you just follow it side to side. But it feels very uncomfortable, and that strategy that I just used is still uncomfortable, but at least it is mechanically easier. I just have to dodge that one mildly scary bullet.
You just count to 4 and dash down. I've noticed you seem to be just kind of spotting an amulet and going after it, which is sometimes the 3rd, and sometimes the 4th, and sometimes the 5th.
Oh. You know, that advice is appreciated.
Clearly, they all work. But going after the fourth one, and specifically just always counting to 4, makes that much nicer.
Nope. That's okay.
Ooh, that was very close.
Alright, now to me. Let's do this. Okay. What am I doing?
Whoa!
Alright.
What is that way?
That spell.
Yeah, I like going all the way out to the side to deal with more vertical bullets rather than the center. Also gives the powder more time to fan out. That's a wild cap, honestly. With Bullet Balloon, you can kind of take similar gaps every time, but the second wave does vary depending on where Narumi moved. It can be very weird sometimes.
Yep. Oh, should I have taken that gap?
Does it matter? The
Nope.
high gap is still consistent on this.
Dear. Huh.
Whoa! I lost track of where you were for a moment there. I was just not expecting that upward dash. Wow.
Alright, I've not really kept track in this game, but this is probably the best pace I've ever had. Doesn't guarantee anything, though. Nothing a train wreck. Oh, cute, I can't fit. Gosh. But even in the runs that aren't going well, sometimes it's just nice to sit back a little and remember that Touhou is fun.
Yeah, we're actually approaching the point where an extra life might get eaten.
Oh, true. I almost messed that up, but... Okay, my consistency at that red part is a little bit, I'll describe it later. I want to focus for a sec. I used to do that on the left because that was the classic strategy. I don't think as many people realized how nice the right was. I'm still getting used to some of the movement on the red streaming. That section's cooler on normal, honestly. More boring, but... Oh, I nearly died.
Yeah, I like doing that higher up. There's an alignment you can do with like Reimu's options and the red spell circle.
I should have honestly learned that. I did not bother, but...
I was wondering what you would do on a wave 2 down move, and the answer is apparently panic.
Well, you can escape by dashing to the side. If you know what you're doing. I don't know what I'm doing, but it is possible. Oh, okay. Might steal your strategy for this part, and I liked it better.
Yeah, I like my strategy there too.
Alright.
Yeah, we are 100,000 points away from eating a life.
Yeah, it's very sad because I'm probably going to have this life eaten and then lose it almost immediately to Spear Dance, or Crazy Dance.
Well, the good news is if you die to Bamboo Spear Dance, you'll get the life immediately back from the items.
True. Okay. Oh. Ah. Well, guess that's happening. Oh, okay, not immediately, but same difference.
Basically immediately. Like, the pace was so good that death doesn't matter. Aside from the fact that it's 3 power non-2.
Oh, that was not a 3 power issue. That was a I did not dodge the bullet correctly issue. Oh. I need to learn how to deal with the off cycles on that. That's a bit sad, but such is life.
We're gonna get the tick point. We're gonna get an extend on tick points. Wait, no, it was just short.
Run invalid. Okay, what is this movement? Hello?
Yeah, so you said that's basically a pace PB on Dancer Spell 1. Pretty good pace, honestly. Especially with ReimuSpring.
Jeez, that's okay. If I'd spotted the dodges better, that would have been dodgeable. In my first NBNR, I did this on the other side, but come to find this side preferable once again. I may go back and forth on
how. But honestly, the answer is nowhere as comfortable on this spell.
Damn. Could have moved just right, honestly.
Hey, it's still the best pace into stage 6 here, even with all that.
Perfect, Akina, let's go. Honestly, game over is still possible.
You're 3 power here, that's not good.
Nope.
Oh, this is going to be very bad. Where's a full power cancel when you need one?
Left it in IN. Wait, does IN have power cancels? I don't even know what I'm saying. Right, of course, because that's a strat for Misty Anon 2 that I refuse to use. Let's do that. Okay. This is very bad. Never mind, I got good RNG.
Yeah, this is a section that is not very difficult. As long as you're at full power,
that was for the power,
and move correctly. I feel like I've seen this position before today.
Yeah. Unfortunate, but
nothing in HBCB cap can't fix.
Yeah. Afraid that is the state of affairs at the moment, but if I die, I will press continue and play the rest of Okina. If I die like 3 times, I mean, or before I get the extend and before after, whatever.
Okay, you do want a left move here. If she moves right, the way the lasers intersect is really awkward. But of course, ReimuSpring still has to deal with a bit of an extra weight compared to, you know, something like Reimu Winter. Like It's one of those little adjustments that makes spring so much worse than winter or autumn. Like the Okina fight has a lot of moments like that, because as mentioned in the last run, Scorched Earth is a guaranteed 2-wave.
Yeah, or more like 1 3/4. Oh, that was bad.
I mean, if you have to deal with that part, it's effectively a 2-wave. So now we're forced Snowman Cap to clear. But first, Preda of Abnormal Blight. This is a weird pattern.
Maybe if I dashed
there was a gap in the center, but it was a hard one to spot.
Yeah. Could have taken that a little slower, perhaps. That's okay.
It's also just the fact that you had to take a gap. Like, there wasn't one if you kept going. I don't think that was a reasonable thing to kind of pre-read. Like, I would have gone for the lower gap, but not because I knew it was the only gap, you know?
Yeah.
Just kind of that moment of just a different decision. Also, the visibility on non-4 is 0.
That's why they described an encounter at 0 visibility earlier in this game. What am I doing? What am I doing? What goes through my mind? I know not.
Dodge bullet, see bullet, dodge bullet. Don't see bullet, dodge bullet anyway. Snowman's really hard, by the way.
Yeah.
To cap that and none of the other spells so far, ridiculous.
Snowman is supposed to be the hardest thing in the game, but
you picked Spring, so there's a new hardest thing in the game.
Yep.
It's not this.
Actually, Snowman's probably the 3rd hardest thing in the game, because the stage thing is a thing. As ReimuSpring. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait a little so that it cycles at a place that I like. Actually, I'm just gonna be quiet for this part. I'll talk about the spell afterward, I guess. Oh, I should have gotten there. Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, I can explain it. You basically want to try to time the first phase transition at a specific time, so that with doing a lot of damage on later phases and staying under Okina, you avoid having to do a particular move in a later phase. Kind of, I think it's going up against the right wall and back in phase 4. Hourai's damage is a little low here, so we're going to be seeing a long HBCB, and I don't know which gaps are the good gaps to take after a certain point, so lock in.
That's too bad. I took a detour.
Yeah, this is, in my opinion, the hardest pattern in a mainline Touhou game.
Alright, well, I wish that had gone a little better, but...
You got paced into dancers.
700,000. Yeah, that is... It's a little too bad, but that is how this game goes sometimes. Well, I showed all the things, so... Probably okay to call it there. Oh, it says my OBS disconnected.
Oh, I am sorry. I reloaded the streams and that triggered a complete stream reload. I apologize. I reloaded your stream. Let me get your stream back up, Hourai. Apologies.
All right.
You should be able to go back live now if you wanted to stream the title screen quickly. Apologies.
Yeah. Oh, it's not too important, but
Here we go.
I guess as some final words, Hidden Breezy Cherry Blossom may be possibly difficult sometimes, but it is also very fun. As for ReimuSpring, I wouldn't recommend that one. Play MariSpring if you like Hidden Breezy Cherry Blossom and are not Astari, I guess. Anyway, Marathon's been a lot of fun. I guess that's all I wanted to say. It's been a pleasure. Oh, you know what? This is the one chance I'll have to share how many tries Hidden Breezy Cherry Blossom took the stream. So when I tried to capture Lunatic Hidden Breezy Cherry Blossom for the first time, I was a normal 1cc player. I really like the spell though, and I went at it until I captured it, and it took me 5,104 it.
Determination.
And then after that, I grinded to 100 captures for master status, which took 14,975.
Hey, cap rate went way up.
Yeah. Just wanted to share that. I suppose that's all there is to say. It's been great to be here, y'all.
Yeah, it's been a great weekend. Holy. I do have a little timer screenshot going on, so you know when the credits start rolling, because we have a little credits video as per usual. You should be seeing that in the Discord VC, hopefully. I will just test start it here quickly. There you go. It works. Cool. But yeah, it's definitely been an experience this entire weekend. Once again, like 5 days this time around. I do want to thank everyone. We have a credits video, right? I can't possibly name everyone who helped with this here at the end because there's so many people. That's what we have the credits for. But obviously, the major big things once again to the, all of the, speedrunners and tech people who helped out. In general, just the entire tech team. I may be providing the setup, but if I had to run this 16 hours a day, non-stop, no breaks, no nothing, I'd die. So, that would not be, we'd win. That'd be, I'd fall asleep on the keyboard and a run doesn't happen. So, seriously, thanks to everyone who made the stream possible. And, yeah, it is 4:03 a.m. here, so it's a bit rough for me to find my words here, but you all rock. You all rock. That's all I can say here. Is there anything else you two want to say? Because when I start this timer and it hits 0, the mics are gonna be off.
That's it. Marathon's over.
Yep, and credits are gonna roll at that moment. So yeah.
Thanks again to the tech crew and players, and have a good one, y'all.
All right. Well, I shall.
I've got one thing. Like the 4 days were great. Like lots of cool runs, lots of cool stuff. We had a world record. That was cool. But day zero was my highlight. I love seeing what everybody else is up to. I hope we can do that part again in the future.
Hopefully, yeah.
Here.
That was cool. All right. Well, I think that's it. Should I put the timer on screen just for... I should put the timer on screen. Give me a bit. Give me just a bit. I'm gonna put it on screen here. I'm gonna remove the, reset time from the current run. No, it's not X and B Marathon anymore, Joel. Very... Boy. That killed your stream again!
Probably don't need to boot it back up this
God
time.
damn it! No, okay, yeah, that's fair. You know what? Yeah, we'll put the timer in your stream in the stream thing. Give me a second. There, input player 1, window capture, live split. There we go. Now we have it on screen like that. Oh my god. But yeah, let me start this quickly. Music's gonna start playing at 35 roughly seconds, and yeah, it's been an awesome couple of weeks with you all, and I really hope you all enjoyed the last 5 days of live content here. I picked a very fitting ending song for this, which you unfortunately won't be able to hear on the thing, but you'll be able to hear it on the VOD. Vivian's goodbye song. Anyway, that's been TRCM 2026, everyone. We will see y'all hopefully next year again. Don't forget to sign up for TRCM crew. TWC crew. And we'll see y'all again in a year or so. That's the wrong scene. All right, we're doing this again. Never mind. It's not fading. I faded to the wrong scene. Great. Good job,
We'll
John.
also see you next weekend.
I'm great at this. We're so scuffed. I'm not even getting the credits right. Let's go. I faded to the wrong scene. Oh my god. I faded to the video manager scene. Oh my god. What am I doing? I'm so sorry. Anyway, let's try that again. Oh my god. There we go. Try number 2. Anyway, so again, take 2. Seriously, what is happening? There you go. The fade back there. You see the background there. Seriously, again, thank you all so much for making this happen. Sign up for TWC crew when it happens. The sign-ups unfortunately have closed this weekend. And now for real this time. Enjoy the credits, everyone. And Aichin and Hourai, it's time to say goodbye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. See you next marathon.
Bye.